Celia screamed. While pushing Chase away, she had ripped the stitches on her surgical wound. She gasped from the pain and beads of sweat rolled down her forehead. He rushed to her side. He didn't want to argue with her while she was in pain, so he just said, "Okay, I'll go. Please, you just had surgery. Lie back. You need to rest." "Get out!" she screamed. He gritted his teeth and walked to the door. He looked back at her with a look of determination in his eyes. "I hope we can talk more about this when you're feeling better. I just want you to know that even on your worst day, I will never leave you. I love you." Celia shook and began to cry even harder. On his way out of Celia's hospital room, Chase physically bumped into Patricia, who had been eagerly waiting by the door.
"What happened?"
she asked in a hurry.
"Did Celia tell you about the divorce?"
Chase was in a bad mood. He shot a glare at Patricia and pushed past her into the hallway. Even without his answer, she knew that her daughter had delivered bad news.
"I knew it," she shouted after him. "I knew Celia would do the right thing. You're so lazy you couldn't even take the initiative and divorce her yourself, even though you know what's best for her. Thank God her family is about to get rid of you."
Chase was already in a foul mood, but after hearing Patricia's blabbering, he couldn't hold his anger in anymore. He shouted, "I'll never divorce her! Never!" His voice echoed through the hallways. Patricia was stunned, but soon her surprise gave way to anger. How dare he yell at her? She flew into a rage and cursed at him.
"How dare you yell at me? Let me tell you something, Chase. Your marriage to Celia is over. Can't you get it through your thick skull that she doesn't want to be with you anymore? As her mother, I will never let you hurt her again."
Overhearing the ruckus outside, a nurse in another room popped her head out and shouted with dissatisfaction. "What is going on? Do you think the hospital is your home? You're not the only people here. Keep your voices down or take your argument outside." She slammed the door to finish her point. Patricia glared at Chase. The hatred in her heart from him solidified. He could never be redeemed in her eyes. She had never suffered enough humiliation. Chase, on the other hand, was tired of listening to her nonsense. He gave her one last glare and then walked away down the corridor. He could hear her screaming after him.
"Where do you think you're going? I haven't finished speaking yet. Come back here. If you walk away, don't you ever think about seeing Celia ever again."
But Chase didn't hear the rest of her cursed ramblings. He walked down the stairs and out of the front door. The fresh air felt good on his face. How dare he walk away? She thought to herself. She turned to Chad and said,
"That man is worthless."
Chad did his best to comfort her. "Yes, he is. But you'll make yourself sick yelling at him, and it'll make no difference. Plus, Celia's right inside. Why don't we go check on her?" Patricia sighed. What he said made sense. She took a moment and then looked back at him with a big smile. She felt so lucky that he was there for Celia.
"Chad, thank you. Thank you for always being there for Celia and for us."
Chad beamed with pride. It appeared that his dream of being with Celia was coming true. He had her mother in his pocket. "It's no trouble at all, Patricia. You know that I would do anything for Celia, and by extension her family." Patricia patted his hand with satisfaction.
"Chad, you're such a good young man. I know you have feelings for Celia. Don't worry, I'm on your side. When Celia gets better, I will see that she divorces Chase."
He flushed with embarrassment. "Really, there's no need for that." He flustered, feigning indifference. With Patricia's help, he was sure to win Celia's affection.
"Why don't you spend some time at the hospital these next few days?"
she encouraged.
"Celia needs help. something Chase was never able to give her. Comfort her, be there for her, and she's sure to fall for you.
She had never wanted anything more. Chad decided to follow Patricia's advice, and for the next 2 days he never left Celia's bedside. While he told people he was just there to help, Patricia knew the truth. Chase, too, hung around the hospital, hoping to catch sight of Celia. He was still her husband, after all, and he demanded to be kept up to date with her progress. When he arrived at the hospital the next morning, he received a call from the renowned cardiologist, Ronald Zimmerman. "Mr. Rothman," he began, "do you have a moment?" Roland was calling Chase back to discuss the progression of Dottie's illness and treatment. Chase was already nonplussed that Roland had taken 5 days to follow up rather than the 3 he had agreed upon. But better late than never. He told him he was already at the hospital, and they agreed to meet in person. When he got off the phone, he walked into Celia's room, ignoring Chad sitting by her bedside. "Leah, I've got some great news," he said. Before he could finish speaking, Chad interrupted. "Chase, good to see you. I'm glad you're both here. I spoke with my father earlier today, and he's arranged for Dr. Ronald Zimmerman to stop by and provide a consultation for Dottie's condition." So, Chad's father had arranged for Dr. Zimmerman to check on Dottie. What a strange coincidence, thought Chase. It felt suspicious, but he didn't say anything. Instead, he walked in and placed the fruit he brought for Celia on the bedside table. Celia was thrilled. Her eyes flickered with tears of happiness as she asked Chad, "Dr. Zimmerman, is that the cardiologist from New York City?" Her excitement was palpable, and not without reason. She and Chase had been searching for a cardiologist to look at Dottie's case for months. They tried to contact Ronald long ago, but he'd never followed up with them. She'd heard that while the doctor had been vacationing in Miami, Rafael Garcia, the wealthiest man in Miami, had had a sudden heart attack during the business meeting. Ronald had saved his life. He was easily considered the best cardiologist in the country. "Yes," Chad replied. "The very same. It took my father a lot of effort to get this done. We're lucky that my father's reputation preceded him. Otherwise, I don't think it would have happened." "Thank you so much, Chad," she cried. "Thank you, thank you." He smiled. "It's not a problem at all," he said. "That's what I do for the people I care about. Your daughter is important to you, so she's important to me. I'll do anything I can to help." Celia began to cry tears of gratitude. She grasped at Chan's hand and brought him in for a hug. If she hadn't been bedridden, she might have jumped into his arms with happiness. Dottie was her whole world, and Chad was stepping up in a way Chase never had.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.